Hi friends, this is Saurabh Gandhi. Um, Today I'm going to present a very basic session on orders and trades, and I'm targeting this particular session for the newcomers, for the beginners. Before you proceed in this particular direction and in this particular video, I would like to tell that the aim of this particular video or the targeted audience for this particular video tutorial is are the freshers, the beginners, the newcomers, or those who want to learn the basics of stock trading. Over a period of time, I've released couple of videos. After those videos, I've got several queries, and I've realized that many of the people who put up the who put up the queries to me, they lack the basic knowledge on orders, trades, how to place the orders, and what actually they are. So I thought I should create a simple, basic video tutorial for the beginners, explaining them what orders and trades are. Okay, yeah, in other words, I would say that this is basically for the beginners, and maybe the experts or the actual traders, experienced traders, might not have technically as such in this particular video. But still, yeah, you can definitely go ahead and watch this video and share your feedback about the same with me. So before I start the actual session on the basics of orders and trade, let me give you a short introduction about myself. My name is Saurabh Gandhi, and I'm basically a founder of Pivottrading.net website. I started this website around 7 to 8 years back, and since then it has been running across the globe, and people across the globe are using it. In addition to this, I am an active algo trader. In other words, if I say I practically do an auto trading. So I devise new strategies, run my strategies on an auto trading mode. So I have my computer which basically trades on my behalf, and I do my own other stuffs. So it's been a dream for me since couple of years that I actually do an algo trading and auto trading. But as a retailer, it was always a dream for me. But now it has come to a reality. So yeah, I really enjoy doing an auto trading and algo trading. Okay, so apart from this, there's a company called Zerodha. It's one of the leading online discount brokerage house. Started around 4 or 5 years back. Today it's have become one of the giants in online trading, online brokerage firm. I'm proud to be associated with Zerodha as one of their Mumbai partners. Also, I am Zerodha's online marketing partner. So in case anytime in future your friends, your colleagues, your family members, anyone have interest of coming to Zerodha, opening an account with Zerodha, do give me a buzz. Do ping me on WhatsApp, Telegram, email me, call me, or drop me an email, and I can help you take you ahead in this particular direction. Apart from this, if you any times like to put up your queries, because it is not possible for me to attend all the calls that I receive, so I would appreciate if you can drop your queries by email. I would try and help you reply you as soon as I can. So these are my email addresses: pivot trading underscore dot underscore net at yahoo.com and saurabh at zerodhapartner.com. Apart from this, if you would like to learn about the technical tools, or if you're looking for something which is available for free in an internet trading world, you can come to my website. You will find a lot of tools which will help you in doing your intraday trading analysis. So that was a short brief about myself. So let's dive into the basics of orders and trades. So let's start with what are orders and what are trades. When I say what are orders, orders are basically an instruction given electronically to your broker or an exchange that you are interested to buy or sell a particular underlying at a specific price. If I say you in this very simple terms, let's say, or in a layman terms, let's say if I want to buy 100 shares of Reliance at 900 rupees, I will tell my broker that place an order of 100 shares of Reliance at 900 rupees. So that is basically called as order. What are trades? Orders that are completed or executed are called as trades. So once you have placed an order, if that order gets complete, let's say if you place an order of 100 shares of Reliance to be bought at 900 rupees, if you got the shares, if the 100 shares are bought for you, it means your order is executed. Your order is completed. So that particular order which is completed now becomes the trade. So it is called as trade. Let's go one step ahead. Let's see what are the types of orders. When we talk about orders, there are basically three main types of orders. The last one is something I mentioned here for. I will come to the fourth one, why I mentioned it here as an addition. But there are three main types of orders: the limit order, the market order, and the stop loss order. Now the last one is the stop loss market order. I mentioned this because I came this across first time when I opened an account with Zerodha around 5 years back. So that is why I mentioned here. This is something which I learned after I opening an account with Zerodha, and I was looking for it for a long time. So this is another type of order. Okay, so let's get into details of limit orders. What are limit orders actually? When you know upfront at what price you want to buy or sell an underlying, it is called as limit order. Okay, so now what does this mean is when you know upfront what you are going to buy and what price you are interested in buying it. If you know these things, it means you are eligible for a limit order, or basically you should place a limit order. Now limit order has two basic components. The two basic components are limit price and the transaction type. Limit price means the price at which you want to buy or sell, or at the price at which you are interested to buy or sell. Transaction type is what? It is what you want to do. You want to buy, you want to sell, what you want to do. That is transaction type. So that is how the limit order is defined. I will take you to a practical example on my Zerodha terminal, trading terminal. But before we go to the practical example, let's complete this theoretical part. So that was limit order. Let's look at market order. What are market orders? When you're very desperate to buy or sell something, you can use market order. It means that you want to buy or sell at whatever price the other party is ready to sell or buy the same thing. In layman terms, let's say you got a news, or you got a news saying that Reliance results are very good, and you want to buy the Reliance shares. But you know that the results are good, so the price, you don't bother about the current price. You just want to buy it. So in that case, when you are very sure that you want to buy it and whatever price, you are not bothered about the price at which you want to buy, you just want to buy. So in that case, you can go for the market order. So whenever you want to buy something at whatever price it is available, or when you want to sell anything at whatever price it is sellable, you go for market orders. I will give you a practical example. In 2008, if you remember 2008 recession, when the market stumbled, at that point of time, all the people were scared, all the people were worried, so they wanted to just exit from that position. So what they did, they told that let's square off, or let's sell off whatever they have at whatever price they are getting. So what they did, they placed a market order on all their holdings. As a result, when the people place market orders in a bulk, the market tumbles because everyone is just selling, 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 or everyone is just buying, buying, buying. On a particular election day, you might have seen that the stock market goes just heavily up. When you see a political stability, when the analysts see political stability in the country, or when the market sees political stability in the country, they just want to enter into the market. They just want to invest the money. So when they are coming with a point of view of investment, or when they are very sure that I just want to buy it at whatever price it is available, they just put in the market order. So when there is huge lot of market orders in the market takes one direction. Either it goes upside in a single shot, or it goes in the downside in a single shot. No, market orders has only one component, which is the transaction type, because you don't mention the price. You just mention I want to buy or I want to sell, and you say I want to buy it whatever it is available. So the market order has only one component, which is transaction time. Third is stop loss order. Stop loss order, as its name says, stop the loss. So whatever trade you do, whatever orders you place, it is not necessary that every time you will make a profit. At some times, the market or the script moves in the reverse direction of your direction. So in that case, you want to protect your loss. Everyone has their own threshold limit. Everyone has their own risk appetite. So they want to protect their loss. So they take help of stop loss order. Now, how to place a stop loss order? Stop loss order has three components. trigger price, the price and the transaction time. What is trigger price? Let's say you have 100 shares of Reliance which you have bought at 900 rupees. Now, after you bought, the Reliance share has started falling. It has reached to a level of 890 rupees. So you are in a 10 rupees loss. Now, you know that I can hold this further for another 10 rupees loss. That is still 880 rupees you can hold it. So what you will do is you will place a stop loss at 880 rupees. You will say that I want to place a stop loss at 880 rupees so that whenever the stock goes below 880 rupees, I should exit from the position. So in this case, the trigger price means the price at which you want to stop the losses. So in our case, it is 880 rupees because we can't hold our position beyond 880 rupees. So I will say my trigger price is 880 rupees. Now what is price then? See, when you place a stop loss order into the market, into the exchange, it goes into the exchange and it stays in a dormant or a passive state. It is not in an active state. You will never see your stop loss order in the market depth, though it is there in the exchange. Why? Because it is in an inactive state or it is in a dormant state. What does that mean? Until your trigger price is hit, your order is not placed. So whenever your trigger price is hit or whenever the LTP of that particular stock goes above or below the trigger price, your stop loss order gets triggered. So once your stop loss order gets triggered, the actual order gets placed into the market. So the actual order that gets placed into the market goes with this particular price. So let's say you have placed a sell stop loss in Reliance at 880 rupees. So trigger price is 880 rupees. When 880 rupees is hit, your order goes into the market with as a sell order. But at what price? The price which you mentioned here. So obviously you want to sell. Since you want to sell, it has to be below your trigger price. You have mentioned that 880 rupees. So once 880 rupees is reached, you have to mention your price at which you want to sell, which is below 880. Because if you place price above 880, what will happen is the trigger price is hit when the LTP is equal to the trigger price. So when Reliance share price goes to 880 rupees, your trigger price is hit. Correct. So when your trigger price is hit, the LTP is at 880 rupees. Now, if you place your price above 880 rupees, what will happen is you are trying to sell at a higher price than the current market price. So what will happen? No one will buy it because the current market price is 880 rupees and you are trying to sell it at 882, 83, 84, whatever higher price you have kept. So in this case, though you have placed the stop loss order, but you won't be able to exit from your position because you are placing the price which is not getting hit or which no one is ready to buy at that particular price. So what you have to do is you have to place this price in a stop loss order which is significantly below the trigger price. So let's say maybe 0.5% or 2-3 rupees or 10-20 paise below your trigger price, so that as soon as the trigger price is hit, your next order gets executed in the market and you are able to exit from your position. Okay, we will see a practical example of it, but this is how what the theory says about it. Transition type is nothing but what kind of order you want to place, either buy or sell. Now stop loss market order. This is the beauty. The stop loss market order, as I mentioned in my previous order, if let's say some particular shares, let's say if you put a trigger price of 880 rupees and your price is 879, 1 rupees below your trigger price. But what if in a fraction of second the price falls from 881 to 875, 6 rupees directly down. So though your trigger price is hit, but by the time your order goes into the market, the price has already reached in a fraction of second or in one single second 875 rupees. So you have placed the sell order at 879 rupees, which is 4 rupees above the current market price, because the Reliance shares or any particular share has fallen directly from 881 to 875. So you will not be able to sell your holdings, your position. So what will happen is, though your stop loss is triggered, but you are still in the loss. You cannot sell your position because your offer price is much higher than the current market price. So in such cases, you can always go with stop loss market order. And that is why I always advise people to use stop loss market order, because that is a surety that if the stop loss is hit, your order will always get squared off at whatever price someone else is trying to buy. Okay, so what it actually means is as soon as your stop loss order is hit, a new order with a market price is entered into the exchange. So at whatever price someone is trying to buy, your positions will be sold below 880 rupees. Okay, or below the trigger price. So that is why you should try and use stop loss market order. You can check with your broker if they provide the stop loss market order facility or not. In case they not, you just try and adjust with the stop loss, normal stop loss order, or you can come with Zerodha and you can try this thing out with Zerodha. Now let's take one step ahead. States of the order. See, like we human beings have different states, different stages in our life cycle. We take a birth, we childhood, adulthood, then old age, and then finally we die. Similarly, order has its own state. There are five most important states of order. The first one is the open state. Open state means whenever you place the order into the market, it goes into an open state. That is, the order which is active is in an open state. Rejected. Rejected means the order which you have placed is by some means rejected either by you, either by your broker or either by the exchange. Now, why your broker would reject? Let's say you have not kept sufficient money in your account and you are trying to buy the shares. So definitely your broker won't allow you to buy because you don't have the money in your account. So your broker will reject the order. That is one scenario. Other scenario, let's say the exchange rejects your order. See, every script, every commodity, every underlying has some kind of limit which is called as upper circuit limit or the lower circuit limit. You cannot place the order beyond those limits. If you accidentally place those orders beyond limits, the exchange will say, no Baba, we cannot accommodate this order, we are rejecting your order. So you will get a rejection from the exchange. So that is called as rejected state of your order. Third, complete. As the name suggests, as soon as your order gets executed or complete, it is transferred into a complete state. Trigger pending. Now this particular state is available only with the stop loss order. What does that mean? What does that mean is that if the stop loss order is active into the market, it will be in the trigger pending state. So as I mentioned before, whenever you place the stop loss order, you mention the trigger price. Until the trigger price is hit, your order remains in a dormant or an inactive state. So that is nothing but a trigger pending state. Because your trigger is not yet executed or your trigger is not yet hit. Okay. Last, cancelled state. Cancelled state, as its name suggests, the order is cancelled. Now it could be you who have cancelled the order. It could be your broker who have ordered the cancel, or the market is closed at 3:30. So the automatically your order got cancelled. So these are the basic few states of an order. Okay, so now let me show you some practical example of how you can actually place these orders. So this is basically a Zerodha's online web trading terminal. I generally prefer this because I like its interface, much more easy than its desktop complex, so-called complex structure. This is very simple and very easy to use interface. So as you can see, I have added few scripts here in my watch window. Now let me take you a simple example of limit order. Let's say I take a case of SBI, State Bank of India. I want to buy it at a specific price. Let's say current market price is 243.30. I want to buy it at 240 rupees. So see, let's forget this about this as something which is not, which is something else, which is what kind of order you want to place. So this is something which you are concentrating on. As I mentioned, there are four types of orders: the limit order, the market order, the stop loss order, and the stop loss market order. So currently you are placing a limit order. See, limit order is when you know what price you want to buy. So I want to buy SBI at 240 rupees. So I will place an order of 240 rupees for SBI. I do a buy. See, currently the market is closed, so definitely the orders will get rejected. As I mentioned, as I told you before, that the orders have different state. Correct. So rejected is one of those trades. Now why it has been rejected? See, you will get a message. Now your terminal, your trader, your broker might give you some other message. My broker is saying that the adapter is down. Now it could mean that either the exchange is down, either the server for my trader, my broker is down, or whatever. Because today is Saturday and the market is closed. So obviously market won't accept the orders. So it is rejected. So that was how you can place limit order. You can enter the limit price. Let's say you want to place a stop loss order. Stop loss buy order, or let's say we are already holding some buy position, we want to protect it and we are placing a stop loss sell order. So I will go to the stop loss order. Okay, now as you see, just see, from limit order to SL order, when I change from limit to stop loss order, my trigger price gets activated because this is available only with the stop loss order. So trigger price means at what price I should stop my loss. Let's say I am holding the shares of State Bank of India from 245 rupees. I want to limit my loss if the stock price goes below 239 rupees. So my trigger price will become 239. Now, since my trigger price is 239, I have to sell it. So obviously, if I have to sell it much cheaper price, if I try to sell at a expensive price, no one will buy. So if my trigger price is 239, I should place the price which is below 239. Now it could be 238.9 or 238.5 or even 238. See, whatever price you mention here does not mean that your order will get executed at this price. What it means is once the 239 level is crossed, I want to place my sell order with a 238 price. So what will happen? LTP is 239. So someone is ready to buy the shares at 238.9, right? So the highest bidder in the market after your stop loss of 239 is hit is 238.9. But now you have placed an order at 238. So what will happen? You are giving something for much cheaper price. So your order will be getting executed first. But that does not mean that your order will get executed at 238. The order will get executed at the best price. So the best price available at that point of time is 238.9. So your orders, though you have put a price of 238, your orders will get executed at 238.9. Okay, so this is the importance. If you have, let's say if you have put 238.9, now what could have happened after the trigger price of 239 has hit, there is no buyer who wants to buy about 238.5. So what will happen? You are ready to sell at 238.9, but no one is ready to buy. The best buyer who is available is trying to buy at 238.5. So now your price 238.9 is much higher, 40 paisa higher. So though the stop loss is hit, you won't be able to sell it. So that is why you should keep a significant difference between the trigger price and the price. So let's say if you have put 238 and if someone is available for buying at 238.5, you can easily sell it. So that's the basic difference. That's the benefit of keeping a significant difference between the trigger price and the price. Now to overcome this, you can directly use a stop loss market order. So you just have to maintain the trigger price. What will happen is you just maintain the trigger price, and after your trigger price is hit, at whatever price the buyer is ready to buy, your orders will be executed. So you are on the safer side. Okay, so that is why I always suggest people that instead of normal SL order, use the SLM, use the stop loss market order. Okay. Now one order which I forgot to tell you is about the market orders. Now market orders, as I mentioned in my slide few minutes before, you should use it when you are very eager to buy, or when you are very, you cannot wait for the price to move down or the price to move up. You just want to buy it. In that case, go for market order and say that I want to buy so many shares. At whatever price the shares are available, you will be able to buy it. See, you should never use market orders while you are doing options trading. Now, I am quite sure most of the people who are watching this video are the newcomers. They might not even know what the options are. But in case if you are aware of what options are, please don't use market orders for the options trading. Because if you use options, if you trade in stock options, there is a big difference between the bid and the offers. So if you use market orders, there is a possibility that you could make a huge loss. So avoid market orders in the options trading. Never use market orders in options trading. Okay. So fine. That is what practically I was having to tell you about the orders. So that was it. What I was having for the orders. Um, but generally, I've seen in couple of my videos that there have been several visitors who are visiting my website, my video tutorials. So basically, this was what I was having from the trading perspective. Now, I would also like to share something which is related to your personal life, or related to our personal life, or related to our society. So, if uh, this could help you in some way, or if this could, it's kind of request, or it's just some kind of an alertness that I want to share with you. The first thing which I want to share is our PM's Swachh Bharat mission. The Prime Minister of our country, Mr. Modi ji, has been telling this from the stage of the Lal Killa, from the stage of the Red Fort, that we should try and keep our society, country, city, nation clean. This is a very small statement, but such a statement from the Prime Minister, and that too from a stage of Red Fort, means a big thing. It's a big statement that we should take it very seriously. So I also request the same thing, that it's not only our duty, but it's our responsibility, our obligation to our country. Not sorry, obligation is wrong word. It's our duty to our country, that we should try and keep our surrounding, our society, our house, our office clean. If we cannot clean our surrounding area, at least we should try and see that we do not spoil it, we do not litter it. We should try and use the proper tools for cleanliness, for the proper disposal of garbage. Let's try and make the mission of the mission of our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi ji, a great success, because it's ultimately he is working for all of us. He is working for our country, and I'm quite sure the people who are watching this video are in the range of 20 to 60 years, and I'm quite sure by the time we are alive, we are not going to see a Prime Minister who is someone like him, or someone who is much more capable than him. So we have got the best PM we could ever in our life. So let's try and contribute to him. Let's try and do our duty honestly. So that is one simple request which I have. Second thing is, I would again request, it's again just a request, the places where we see littering, spitting, dirty, is generally because of the spitting of the gutkas and spitting of the pan masalas. So, and also it's anyways hazardous to the health. So it's a request, try if possible, say no to a tobacco, move towards a good, healthy life, move towards a clean country, a clean society. Try to avoid tobacco, maybe in the form of a gutka, a cigarette, or pan masala, or blah blah, whatever it is. And the government has been trying to say this since ages, since years. So let's try and take a step towards this. It's the same thing again. I would like to say, avoid spitting, avoid littering the public places. It's a request made by our Prime Minister. We should respect that request, and we should move in that particular direction. At least if we cannot clean, we have no rights to spoil it. We have no rights to litter it. So please avoid that. It's again a request. In today's world, from all sides, we are surrounded by this particular thing. From our home to office to our traveling, everything we are surrounded by the so-called plastic. I understand and I completely agree, and even too I think that it is impossible to avoid plastic to 100% extent, but at least we can try and minimize the use of plastic. we all know the hazards of plastic. So let's try and make the nature, make the surrounding as free from the plastic. See, the divine has given us this kind of nature while he created this nature. Over a period of time, with our habits and practices, we have made it something of this kind. So I would urge, request, and I request to practice this. That let's make this our environment plastic free. Let's make this environment clean, and let's make Swachh Bharat mission of our Prime Minister a success, a great success. Next thing that which I want to share is, see, the divine has created lot of things for us to eat. There are a lot of good things available for us to eat to feed our stomach. So it's again a request. Let's try and bear the animals, the birds. They too have equal rights like us to live on this planet. So I would request that we stop killing and start loving the animals, because they too deserve the rights, they too deserve the equal rights to live with equal dignity on this planet. So if you cannot give a birth, or if you cannot give a new life, at least don't destroy the life which the divine has created on this planet. So that's another humble request from you. But it's all personal choice. So maybe you may not agree with me, but I'm just trying to put up my request. Um, so that's the thing which I wanted to share. Okay. Now, apart from this, there is one more important thing which I wanted to share, and you know, over a period of time, I have seen that, or maybe this is just kind of suggestion or alertness or a notification to you, so that you are aware of such people. See, in the stock market world, in the internet world, you might find many illegal, not maybe not illegal, but ingenuine customers, ingenuine uh, websites, or the websites which have duplicate contents, or they claim to be their own content, but the content does not belong to them. So this is one of the snapshot which I've taken from one of the website, which has now become quite popular, but or maybe which has having several people coming to him, but a section of this particular website has unethically copied a set of data from my website and put up it on his website. So I am not sure how much credibility this particular person or this particular website holds, how much genuineness this particular website has, because for me, it's a leecher, it's a pirater who has copied the content from my website and put up in his website. Now, if you look at this particular calculator, the Gantt square of 9 calculator, by the time before or until I put up this calculator on my website, no website in India, or in fact, on the trading world, were aware of how the Gantt square of 9 works. After a lot of research, I tried and put up this calculator on my website. But at that point of time, when I put up this calculator, I was not aware of that the internet is full of such kind of people who are ready to copy your work, who are ready to copy your content. And that is what has happened. This particular website, the guy from this particular website copied the entire code, which is we call it as JavaScript code. He silently came to my website, copied everything from my website, the JavaScript code, and put up on his website. So since I was very new, I didn't protected all these things, and then it was all stolen from my website and put up on this particular website. So I'm just trying to say that the people who can do this, they can do anything. So they can, what kind of credibility they hold or what kind of ethics they have, I'm not sure about it. So just try and avoid such kind of website. I'm pretty sure most of you who are visiting this right now or watching this might have definitely gone to this particular website and would have seen this. So I'm just trying to say you that such people, they just don't know the things, and they are putting those things on their website claiming that that is their kind of work, that is their work. However, they don't know anything about it. If you call or if you write a mail asking about how Gantt square of 9 works or how the calculation is being done, They don't know the formula because they have just blindly copy pasted the material from one website to the other website. So, and then they're just blindly charging any amount with the customers for their other products. So they are first attracting the people using their these free tools which they have copied from somewhere from my website, and then they are attracting the people using their other services. So I would request that stay away from such people, stay away from such websites, try to boycott such websites so that they come to know that pirated work will not help them gain the business. See, I will show you one example of how the Gantt square has been copied. See, this is the Gantt square which I have taken a snapshot from that particular website. Just look at the format, just look at the content, and now I will take you to my website. See, this is my website, and if you can see here in this particular section, the calculator section, you will find four different types of Gantt calculator: Forex Gantt square of 9, Gantt square of 9, Advanced Gantt square of 9, Gantt positional. After this calculator was stolen from my website, or you know uh, pirated from my website, I created another set of calculators, another set of Gantt square, and in a much protected way. And that is why you will see that only Gantt square of 9 has been copied to all other websites. Many websites have copied it, but the start was done with this particular website. So once this guy started copying it, the contents from my website, other people also started copying it. But now I have protected all my content, so you won't find advanced Gantt square of 9 on any other website. You won't find Gantt positional calculator on any other website. You won't find Forex Gantt square of 9 on any other website, because now it's been protected. So what I'm just trying to say is that avoid such kind of people, because I'm not sure about that credibility. And if you get associated with such people, you can imagine where you are going, in which direction you are going, or what kind of people you are supporting. So try and boycott such websites. Not only this was just one simple example which I gave. There are many things they have copied. This particular website has copied from my website: Nifty Trend Finder, Gantt square of 9, Elliott wave calculator, Camarilla calculator, volatility intraday trading, breakout trading. This all has been copied from my website. See, pivot point calculator, volatility, Camarilla, Elliott wave, breakout, Nifty Trend Finder. This all has been copied. Later on, I realized this and I protected all my content. And that is why you won't find this thing. You won't find advanced Camarilla. You won't find advanced Elliott wave. You won't find advanced volatility calculator being shared on any other website, because now it's protected. So what I'm just trying to say, that these are leechers. They just don't have the correct knowledge, and they just try to claim the things which they don't own. So it's up to you. I mean, I can just notify you. I can just intimate you about such things that are happening in the internet world. But it's again up to you how you are going ahead with such kind of people. So yeah, that is what was it with me. This particular session was mostly for the beginners, to explain them about the orders and the trades. And I hope they would have got a rough idea or a decent idea of what basics of orders and trades are, and hopefully they should get some or the other benefit out of it. So I wish you a very good luck in your trading, and do come again. If you like my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, get notified for all other videos I post in the future. And I have posted the same version, the same video in a Hindi version as well. So if you have not been able to understand it, you can go to the Hindi version of this particular video and you can uh, get benefit out of it. Thank you so much for being your patience, spending time on this particular video. Bye bye. Have a good day.